Welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, and here with crew chief extraordinaire. I like to call you a truck driver. Yeah. I don't care about your crew chief duties. All I care about is
I'm an
you get
employee.
my truck from point A to point B, and
that's me.
How fun is it working for me? With me?
It's an experience that everybody should have.
I have never, you know what though? I've always said that in a different light, that everybody should wake up one day in their life being me. And I'm not saying that to sound arrogant or cocky or anything, but you just can't imagine some of the stuff I go through every day, get into every day, or deal with every day.
Oh, I can.
But it's all good.
I've been there for 3 years, and every day is different. It really is.
You never know what's next, but
I know one thing: I won't be on the water.
No, that's my job. But it's race season.
Yep.
We talked to your driver earlier in the year. You know, you had high expectations.
Yep.
And I'm not saying the year hasn't gone according to plan. I mean, that's a tough series. That pro series at Beech Ridge, in my opinion, is the toughest class in the state of Maine right now.
It is. And, you know, we have a new car, and it's all new to us, and we're trying to work the bugs out. And we thought we had it, and then we've lost it, and now we're trying to get it back. But there is no room for error down there. You know, we have 18 to 23 cars, and 16 of them can win. And you got to be on every night. And if you're off, it doesn't take long to go from 3 weeks ago were 6-8 points from the leader, and now we're 8th in points. And we haven't DNF. We've had good races, you know. Yeah. Finish 6th, finish 8th, but I mean, you just can't. Everybody's too good right now.
Yeah, no, and I think back to last year, you know, you guys tried to do 2 deals, one at Oxford, one at Beech Ridge. Yeah. And I even think before that, the car owner, Rick Lockwood, he wanted to do 4 deals at one point. If you finally convinced him that one race car, one driver, one team, that's the way to go.
That's right. You know, he came in and he wanted to do this and that, and I have to pull the reins in a little bit. And just like, listen, 2 cars never work. It just doesn't work. I've tried it with Bob, and, you know, we just couldn't make it work. One guy, that's your focus, and that's who you work with. And we had Billy and Trevor last year. We started with Mikey Mayetta Jr., then we had Billy and Trevor, and then Billy kind of went on to buy a camp and a boat, and he's doing the boating thing now. So then we went with Trev, and we went out to Howe, went to Michigan, had a brand new car built, and everything was brand new this year, and we thought, well, this is, you know, what we're going to be doing. And it was working really good, and it still is working really good. I mean, obviously everybody knows now that Trevor's going to go to the Height Chevrolet ride to run on the Pass Tour, but he's made his commitment. He told them he's going to try to win this championship, because I think that would be a good step for him to go out on.
Oh, absolutely. Which brings me to my next point. Anybody that was at Oxford on Sunday saw the 77 in Trevor Sanborn, and there's probably a lot of people scratching their heads.
Right.
Trevor is committed to finish 2015 with you, but 2016 he's going full-time Pro All-Star Series racing.
Right.
So that leaves a pretty good empty seat at Beech Ridge. And I've said this for years. You know, there's not a lot of car owner situations. I mean, I think back when I was a car owner, you know, when I raced at Beech Ridge, you know, you had, the only one was us, Fowler, and I think Donnie and Charlene Myers. You know, the rest of them were all family-owned. The Babs had their kid in it, Bobby or Barry. You know, Myettas had their kids in it. You know, everybody was all either the family owned it, the father owned it, everybody. So you guys are one of the few teams that somebody actually is a driver. I don't want to call it a hired gun, but somebody, you know, so I'm going to guess phone rang. I mean, once this seat opens up.
Yeah, we really didn't put it out there that we were looking for a driver, or we weren't going to race next year. But as soon as the Height Chevrolet made their announcement about Trevor, we've had 9-10 drivers, quality drivers, call us about this ride. And Rick and I, we sat down and we talked about it, and we kind of made a short list of what we were looking for in a driver. And I really want to thank everybody that did call, because we appreciate it, because it makes us feel good that people know we have good stuff. Yeah. We have good equipment. But we sat down, we wanted to go with the younger driver. We wanted to go with someone who knows the nuts and bolts about this, because this is a different car. It's not like anybody's running up here. It's a 101 car. So we wanted to go that route. And so we made our decision, and I called Terry Bilodeau, Bub's wife, and because I respect her opinion. I
And
talk.
around still around the track.
Oh yeah, and I mean, we talk every week, about racing and stuff, and it's funny, she knows more than some men that's been in this sport forever. And I talked to her, and she brought up a name that we kind of had on our list, but didn't think there was any chance that we'd ever get. And so I had her give me some numbers. I made some phone calls, talked to him back and forth, invited him down to the shop last week, let him come down and see what we had, if it was something they'd be interested in or not. Told them what we expected them to bring to the table, what we were going to bring to the table, and what our goals were. And then I give them a couple days, think it over, because we're not going to make any announcements right off. And didn't take long, a day or so back, they called and said we're all in. So we're very, very happy. We don't feel that we're going backwards. We feel we're going in the right direction where we want to be, and pretty excited. And we're probably going to put him in the car for the 300 because Trevor's going to run the 250, and unfortunately he's already committed this driver to be at the 250, so we can't take him. I'm not going to mess with their plans.
Yep.
So we're going to set the 250 out. We'll be there to support him, but the 300, we're going to do some testing. We're going to put him in it and try to start our year right then. And maybe run some other shows down south this winter or in the spring.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great choice,
Yeah.
and like you said, and sometimes people on the outside can give you that insight
Yeah.
of, you kind of on the inside, so you don't look at really the big picture, and I do, and when me and you talked,
Yeah.
beforehand, and you confided in me, I was just as shocked that it would be available.
Yeah, that was.
But when you look at the general scheme of things, it's a good fit, and it's a good for them. They're not backing up. They're like aligning themselves with, help is huge in this sport.
Yes.
Help is
Yeah.
huge, and to bring a driver and bring a little bit of knowledgeable help, and and a fan base and a support system. And I mean, it's like you're getting a I don't want to say guaranteed product, but you're getting a guarantee.
We're getting a
you're not taking a chance.
And some of the candidates that did call us have never been in a pro stock, and we're at the time that I've been in this business and doing this, I just don't want to start over.
Yeah.
We were looking for a proven product.
Well, no, exactly. I mean, you're going to be 62 next year,
Yeah.
so I mean that's.
And I can't get rid of my part-time job. The guy
Yeah.
won't let me go. He keeps calling my wife and make me come to work.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, no, I need. Yeah, and actually, we probably get another couple days a week out of you now if you get some more help.
Oh,
right?
nice, wonderful.
But no, I think it's a great choice, and
And-
we're going to take a break, and we come back. Can we meet your driver?
Yep, he'll be sitting here.
All right.
All
so
right.
we're going to come back and meet TMR's new driver for 2016.
Fast Laps Raceway is Maine's premier slot car facility. 641 Lakes Region Commons Drive in North Windham. Whether you want to try out the rentals or have your own custom car built, Fast Laps Raceway can make a racer out of anyone. Birthday parties at Fast Laps are always a hit. If you have ever wanted a fun, inexpensive way to get involved in the sport of racing, Fast Laps Raceway gives you that chance. Find Fast Laps on Facebook or call 207-229-1575. Fast Laps Raceway.
Not sure what brand tire to buy? Town Fair Tire has them all. Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Pirelli, Toyo, Yokohama, Hankook, and more. No matter what size or brand, Town Fair Tire beats all the competition, even online prices. We'll also do a free front wheel alignment with any tire purchase. Name brand tires, the lowest prices, free alignment. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 9 locations in Maine.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and I guess it's no secret because everybody knows Corey Buba. So, well, welcome to Mainly Motorsports, Corey, and welcome to the new ride.
Thanks. It's definitely a good opportunity, and I'm thankful that Tommy and Rick thought of me, and hopefully we can start it off right at the 300.
Yeah. Now, a month ago, would you have thought that you yourself would be going on to drive somewhere else? I mean, you got a nice family-based team. You got, and I know they're going with you. You know, it's not like they're kicking you out to the curb. And but you know, to sit yours in the corner, so to speak, and go elsewhere. I mean, was that a thought that you ever had?
No, I wouldn't have thought of it. I was really surprised. My dad went out front at work, and someone came and told him Tom Nason was on the phone, and I was wondering if that's Tom Nason from the track, and he came back and said, "Come here, I got to talk to you," and it was kind of a surprise, really. So,
yeah. Now, you know, obviously, you know, I don't want to say ultimately it's your decision, but there's a lot of people involved in Corey Buba's racing. First and foremost, your dad. I mean, he's been heart and soul of it. He's been behind you since the beginning. I don't know how many snouts he put on that Sports Series car and all the stuff that he's done. You've done it with him, but he's been there. So obviously he had to play a major role in whether this would work or not work.
yeah, he definitely has, and he's been really supportive of it, and he thinks it's a really good idea to go do it, and maybe it'll be a good opportunity for us. So.
Yeah, and you're aligning yourself with a team that has good equipment, you know, and some knowledge and some dedication. Because I think as much in the sport now, and you know, me and your dad could probably go on forever because we raced back in that era that's all we wanted to do was race. You know, when races got over Saturday night, we started thinking of next Saturday. You know, and we worked out in the garage every night. Well, you don't have that now. I mean, things have changed so much. What you kids deal with social media and you know the girlfriends and everything's wanted to be different now. And life, you know, there's more fun to be had, more things to do. So I don't think the dedication's there in a lot of cases. So, you know, when you can merge two group and you know take their dedicated guys, and I'm sure some of your guys are going to come, right?
Yeah, I think most of our crew is going to come over, and they might not come over in the shop. It'll probably be me and my dad and Tom and whoever he brings to the shop. And a lot of the times that's how it is with me and my dad. My guys will come up one night in a week usually, and the rest of the time it'll be me and my dad, and it works pretty good. But it should be good. Like those guys will bring stuff to the table, and we'll bring some ideas to the table, and it should be pretty good.
No, I think it's going to be. I mean, I'm not crowning you the 2016 champion by no means, because we all talk about how tough that class is. But you know, definitely, you know, I think it's a step in the right direction. Not that you were in the wrong direction. And so, how excited are your guys, and how was it to tell them this is what you're doing? You know?
They were really excited. They just the whole time they've always been thinking of, oh, if you could just get a sponsor, or if you could get someone else who could help you out a little bit, you could go really far, and this could be something to start with at least.
Well, you know, you bring some of your sponsorship, I would imagine, and then they bring some of their sponsor. You're a golf guy that sponsored you, right?
Yeah.
So if I ever wanted to go in one of those golf tournament scrambles, could I hire him to be on my team? Because I don't know how to golf, so I figured he could offset. I mean, it's kind of like going with a loaded gun, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure he'd go help you out.
Really? Yeah. So I think I'm going to do that. Well, me and him and Tom, you know, they won't expect much of us, and I don't know how it works, but you know, do they walk on those scrambles, or do they get the carts?
No, they get golf carts.
Okay. I was going to say, me and Tom, we ain't walking. But no, this is. I think it's a great opportunity, and I've always said this about your group. Every time I walk in and I talk to them and see some of those are guys that helped your dad years ago, and to go to the next generation. I mean, that's just the coolest thing. And you know, to have them, you know, because if this was a time for anybody to say, well, I'm done, you know, it's all good. This would be that time because they could do it. Say, well, it's not your deal, but they're all excited to just keep going with you.
Yeah, they are all really excited, and they're all going to come with us. So.
You know, 2015, same thing as them. It's not that you haven't had a good year, but it's probably not the year you thought of. You won opening day again, and you know, you picked up another win, and you know, so you're still mathematically, and you have that shot up there. But that class is tough, huh?
It is really tough, and we've been fighting some stuff with the car. I think we've been fighting some tires that we've had some issues with, and we really wanted to come back strong for the 125, and we ended up changing the car around to chase tires really, and we weren't really a front running car in that race, and then we kind of changed it for the past race and then got caught a lap down, and so we're close. We got to find the consistency.
But it's funny, as I talked to a couple other drivers this week, talked about being close. But in that class, you can't be just close because there's 2 or 3 guys that are going to be right on, and then when you're just close, you're with 7 or 8 other guys that are close, and that's when track position means everything.
Yeah, it does, and it was funny, earlier this year we were just hoping that we were going to be in the first heat so we could get some of that track position in the heat race. So.
Yeah, so the 300, that'll be your debut with TMR Motorsports, and you know, pretty exciting, no expectations, but still, you've run good in that race. The last 2 years, you've had a car capable of being on the podium, and for one reason or another, you haven't been, but you know, how cool would it be to go there and put that top 10 finish together and really start building momentum, because, you know, you can go into the winter, you know, on a high with knowing what you're capable of doing and what they're capable of doing.
Yeah, it's the last 2 years of the 300 have really been, we've been really strong. I made a couple of mistakes myself, and hopefully I've learned from those, and maybe this year we can have a really good run. I hope so.
Yeah, no. Well, I remember in the sports series, I mean, which seems like eons ago, but it wasn't that long ago, you know, that was everybody's thing about you when you were going to move up. But, you know, geez, if you could just, you know, you're a young buck, you want to go, and sometimes it's better off not to go, right?
Yeah, I definitely learned that last year's 300. So.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to play with a 64-year-old man, right?
Yeah.
Right? And, yeah, it's words of experience. But, no, and great job. But congratulations to you, your team, your sponsors. I mean, Tommy and his group, Rick Lockwood. I mean, I just think anytime you can join 2 forces together, it's just got to be good on everybody. And then take the knowledge that you bring with your dad, the knowledge they have with Tommy and his guys, you know, I mean, just, I don't see how it can't work.
Yeah, hopefully it works out good. So.
Yeah, so let's talk about the 250 a little bit. I mean, you've run good in that race too, you know, going up with your own deal again?
Yeah, we're with our own deal. The last time we went, we were running up front, then had a late pit strategy, and I think it would have worked out, but right that first lap after the caution, everyone got piled up, and I was in a hurry.
Yeah. Everybody wanted to be that guy, next guy to the front. So, you know, obviously it's a race we just want to qualify for. It's not, and I hate to go with this mentality, but we did it. Your dad did it back when we were Saturday night teams, you know. You want to get in the race so you can start recouping some money, you know. And it's not we're all racing about money, but it is such an expensive day that, yeah, getting in the race gets you like, all right, there's 2 sets of tires back, you know. And then when you can run up front, you start, I'm not saying you start thinking about the dollar signs, but I will guarantee you there's somebody in that pit that starts thinking about those dollar signs and maybe a good payday to help finish the year up, which normally, you know, it's run in July, but we're not running it till the end of August.
Yeah, I at least thought of the lap leader money when I was up front in that race. But
yeah, doesn't take long for $100 to add up, you know.
No, it doesn't.
So, well, no, good luck in the rest of the season. Good luck in that, especially the 300. And would love to have you on the show after the 300 as the first-time winner of the 300, and especially in your new ride. Get everybody pumped up, huh?
That would feel pretty good.
All right, I want to thank Corey Bubar, Tommy Nason, new force, joining forces for 2016 in TMR Motorsports 29, 42, what's the number? Is it 42?
Yeah.
The number 42.
Looking for something different and exciting to do on Friday night? How about real NASCAR racing at Lee USA Speedway, featuring the ground-pounding, super-fast, super-modifieds, the fender-rubbing late model sportsman, unpredictable hobby stocks, and more. It's great family fun and excitement. Kids under 12 get in free, and there's acres of free and easy parking. Friday nights at Lee USA Speedway, located right on Route 125 in Lee, New Hampshire. Check LeeUSASpeedway.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Since 1972, my family has been selling and servicing vehicles here on Route 25 in Gorham. Today at 21st Century Motors, we offer a great selection of used vehicles at the lowest prices and financing for all credit scores. At Wolf Auto Service, our ASC certified technicians do quality auto repairs and state inspections for just $58.50 per hour. Stop in at our Route 25 Gorham, Maine location today or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
telling me on the radio a little bit since we won the other one, and they kind of knew a few of the other guys that were up there in the front, so they were trying to tell me about how many spots I needed to get there at the very end. So tried to kind of get everything we could there, kind of put the thing half in the rumble strips, which said we're not running for points, so we're either going to make it through that wreck or win the race. So we figured we'd go for it, and it's definitely exciting.
What did you see on the last lap?
Honestly, everyone was just beating and banging those last 2 restarts in a row, and just everyone was just sliding, and we were a little sideways. So I was just kind of keep the thing straight right there, and next thing you know, I saw everyone just kind of checked up and banged into each other, and I just saw cars sliding sideways. I didn't really see who going into who to start it, but just kind of everyone banging off each other.
Was the car a little off in the second race, or was it just the lap traffic and struggling to get by?
Honestly, right at that first caution, we needed that. We definitely wouldn't have been here because we kind of guessed about what we were going to need. We tried to make an adjustment with that new tire. We weren't sure how much it was going to grow there compared to the other ones, and I don't know, maybe we went 5 laps or whatever before that first yellow, and as soon as the yellow came out, that's why I pulled down pit road to try to free the thing up for me because we were horrible. I couldn't get the thing to turn at all, and after that, the car was awesome. I think it was actually a little bit tough to say. We weren't out on our own like in the first segment, but I think the car drove actually a little bit better than it did the first half. But just that traffic's so tough, especially when they invert so many cars. Some of the slow guys are up front, and you just kind of you go 5 spots forward on the outside, then you go 6 back, and then you got to move to the bottom. You just keep switching lanes, you know. And you definitely the spotter had to work definitely to get you in the good lane to get back up through there.
Yeah, you finished second last year. Win here, you must like this track pretty well. Right?
Definitely, real fun track, you know. Before I ever ran here in a modified, we came here with a midget and we won our first time here, first and a second, and then second here last time. And just something about like here, Oxford, I love these places, you know, just kind of flat, not the most amount of grip, and you just kind of feel like you just got to drive the thing as hard as you can all the way around here and just smooth it and just keep the thing smooth on the throttle, and kind of just suits my style a little bit, I think. And just, but definitely, yeah, I love it, which I think puts you in a good mindset when you go out there that you can win the thing.
Talk about these 2 50-lap segments. The racer has to think different of them than the race fan, you know?
Definitely. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect, especially on this 35. We haven't ran it much. I knew I could run hard, but I didn't know how hard. And then you definitely, I'd say you run the car pretty much as hard as you can, both 50-lap segments. So I guess for the fans, it's definitely good, you know. I guess it's more exciting, I would say, because you're not riding around at all. You're going hard the whole time, and they definitely got that. It's just, it was good the first one we started fourth, you know, so we didn't have to work too hard to get to the front. But that second one, when they invert 20, I guess it makes it exciting for the fans, but you're definitely not too happy, especially after winning that one, to restart 20th, because, you know, some of the slower cars up there were struggling a little bit, loose and stuff, and just makes it so tough. You got to work for every spot you can get, you know. You're going from the inside to the outside, moving all around, try to get everything you can. But I definitely, if they're looking to make it exciting for the fans, I'd say it's definitely
Absolutely. But congratulations on the win, Anthony.
Thank you.
One company is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Sounds like a big number, doesn't it? Not to express employment professionals.
With jobs for CNC programmers and welders, we can find you the best opportunity.
Let us help. We'll open doors for you.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your main returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Legendary race car driver Bentley Warren is putting Arundel on the map. When Bentley's Saloon opened in 2004, it was just a little bar room on the side of the road. Today we have a giant saloon with live music, dancing, and great food and drink indoors and out. We're always looking to meet new friends and have a good old time. There's always something exciting going on at Bentley's. That's why we like to say, who has more fun than us? We do!
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Join us for our 25th anniversary year. Well, as you saw in the last segment and heard from the winner, Anthony DeSella, which, it goes to show you don't know it's over till it's over. And coming down the backstretch at Beech Ridge on the 49th lap of the 50-lap second segment, he definitely wasn't going to be the winner. He was hoping to be in a podium position. But with contact being made between the 42 and the 99 and subsequently, the MRS series going to their AB rule, which is two drivers make contact, one goes around, it affects both of them. And that's what happened to Woody Pitkat, and he was scored instead of finishing the race in second and being the overall winner of the event. He was scored, I think, the last car on the lead lap, and subsequently ended up 13th or 14th, somewhere way down in the rundown. And Brandon from Speed 51 caught up with Woody after the event, and after he'd cooled down, and hear his take on the whole thing, the ruling, everything. And I'm sure that before he left the track Saturday night, he had wished as a driver he had taken some different actions and maybe not put himself in that position. And because let's face it, he had everything locked up to be the winner of the two-segment deal. And but let's hear what he had to say about how things went down, and really his take on it.
What happened? I guess realistically, the real question, Woody, is how shocked are you at their decision? I mean,
I'm pretty shocked. I mean, and then to go into the trailer and ask Jack Bateman, like, where did you even come up with that call? Oh, don't you have a rule book? A and B, if you get in there and you're going to spin the guy, you best get out of there. So when the guy's blatantly turning left on you because he don't want you to pass him, you have to get out of there. That makes absolutely no sense. What did they think? I got underneath him and was turning right? Like, I don't know. It's just it's unfortunate because I love racing this. We have a good car. We go to every race. We try to support the MRS or Valente. Never over there complaining like half the people are, or bitching and this and that, complaining about their calls or what they're doing wrong or this and that. We just come do our thing, and try to race and put on a good race. I mean, I started 22nd and drove to third. I mean, I was running those guys down if it stayed green. Like, they knew I was coming. Like, Richard knew I was coming. And unfortunately, I guess I just had to finish second. Now that I think of it, just should have let Richard win, let him have his glory, and I would have been the overall winner. And that's shame on me. I guess I need to know who I'm racing with, unfortunately. I mean, I was talking to him in the center of the infield. We've had, stuff happen in the past. Figured we put that to bed. I figured I could race him. And I guess he really needed to win it that bad. So it's unfortunate, but what are you going to do?
I feel like when we watch from the tower and he starts to spin and we watch you back all the way out of it to try and let him collect it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you not feel, as a driver, you have to feel like that's a good faith effort on your part?
Yeah, no, I obviously don't want him to spin. If there's anything I could have ever, if I could have done something to straighten him out, I'm not looking to just take a guy out. I mean, like I said, I drove from 22nd to third, basically, and never touched a soul. I mean, I never touched one guy. So I'm not here to just drive through people. I mean, like I said, I run, Claremont was the same thing. Jack even, he even told my crew chief, he said from lap 3 to lap 44, the race was great. He said once you guys broke, it was like they all knew that, oh, we have a chance to win now, which I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but basically he said that, saying that, and I didn't touch one guy coming through there. Everybody had problems trying to pass people at Claremont. I mean, we set up the car, we had a good car. I walked the track, tried to learn the track, tried to do the best I could. Never hit a guy, and unfortunately we broke an axle. So, I mean, I don't know what they want to do. I don't want any special treatment. I don't expect any special treatment. But I did, like I said, I put on the show. I drove through the field, never touched a guy. It's two people going for the win, hard racing. Like you said, I lifted for the guy. I didn't blatantly just put him in the infield. He almost saved it. And I don't know where they're coming up with the call. You want to read the rule book. Well, there's a lot of stuff in the rule book that they don't go by. So, I mean, I don't know. Can
I ask you a dumb question? Do you like the segment racing?
I don't mind it. I mean, I liked it at Lee. I've never been to these tracks before where they ran 100 laps. I mean, I did some tri-track racing, at Lee. when it was 100 laps and a lot of people just ride and wait for a caution. I'm not a real big fan of that. I like to go. So if you can go to a track like this or like a Lee where supposedly there's less grip and stuff, and you can do that, I liked it. I like it. It was cool. I mean, it took a little while to come up through there, obviously. Some of the guys up there, they were too wide. There's nowhere to go, so you got to wait and see what line's going to go. And, my spotter did a great job. Andrew, he's new today. He did an amazing job and got us through there. And then, I got up to the top 5 or whatever. I didn't even know we were third when the caution come out. I figured we were like 5th or 6th, So then I knew we were fast. I could see them, when you can see them visually getting bigger and bigger, you're catching them. So, I mean, I just, I'm here to win. I never give up, and that's everywhere I go. I never give up, and I was here to win, and I feel like they've owned me. So,
welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainely Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
Remember when you picked up a car key at the local hardware store? Then they said the car dealer was your only choice. Now there's eKeys for Cars, the fast, affordable solution to your car key and remote needs, spare or a repair. You'll be serviced by eKeys trained technicians while you wait. And yes, eKeys still handles emergencies. But why wait? eKeys for Cars. Trust them with all your car key related needs.
They raise the bar. E-keys for cars.
Want to learn how to ride? Lohr Motorcycle Education can help make that happen. Whether you rode years ago or have never touched a motorcycle, Lohr Rider Coaches can teach you the correct technique in a safe learning environment. With 2 ranges to choose from, Lohr has a range near you in southern Maine, Topsom, and our new range in Biddeford. Call 207-391-0094 or visit us at the web at www.lohrmotorcycleeducation.com. Warm weather is here, so let's ride.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. And over at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway, as they wind their 2015 race season down and the Pro Series Championship tightens up, the kids have come to the forefront. We're talking about Garrett Hall and Reed Lampher, and they're really, it looks like right now it could be a 2-horse battle, but anything can happen, as we race into the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season. But Reed Lampher did something this past Saturday night that hasn't been done in quite a while over there, and that's win back-to-back features in a highly competitive Pro Series division. And we caught up with him at Happy Half Hour, and to hear his take and excitement, and boy, so refreshing to talk to these young kids, and boy, they get pretty excited. So we'll see a few race highlights, and then we'll hear what Reed has to say about his take on the rest of the season and where his team is at right now.
From the inside gets the run, but what a wheel up on turn number 2 for Mike Fowler. Fowler dives hard into turn number 3. Here they come to the line, and Dorn hits it right off the corner. Sideways and spin around right in front of the field. Fowler's going to go around, and he's pile driven by Nick Cusack. Nowhere to go. 16, Donnie Copeland. The crew chief spotter would have you need if you're going to be successful, because it's not like everyone builds here on the same the National Honor Society. He used to play soccer, where his team won the Class C soccer state championship last year.
All right, we're here with a Pro Series winner, and I'm going to call you Rocket Reed now. I mean, lap 10, you were already in the lead. I know there was a help of a caution, but back-to-back in what I consider the toughest series in the state.
Yeah, it feels really good. The car was just on rails tonight and last week as well. Really hoping to keep the ball rolling and see what we can do from here.
Obviously, the goal is to one-up where you finished in points last year, and that's to be the champion, but you're getting hot when it's time to get hot.
Yeah, this is kind of crunch time now. Garrett in the 94, he's tough. He's so consistent every week. It's not going to come easy. We definitely can't slip up and have a DNF for any bad night really, because it's that close. But we're hoping to keep spreading that gap, but anything can happen. So.
And like me and you talked when I first came here tonight, you got a good enough car where you can show patience, and that's what you did tonight. Even though you're in the lead at lap 10, you still showed patience to avoid some accidents and not force the issue.
Yeah, thankfully the car is good enough right now. I can be passive in some areas to make up for it with the speed in others, but really just going to go for wins from here out, not really go with the points mentality. We're going to try to just go for some more wins and see what we can do, because you know how it is. It just kind of plays out how it does.
Yeah, it does, but you're getting hot at the right time of year, and you're playing it smart, and good luck to you and your entire team as you chase that championship over the last 5 weeks.
Thank you very much, Steve. We appreciate it.
Hi, this is Scott from Scott's Recreation. You don't have to wait until camping season is over to get your best price of the season on a new or used camper. We're having our end-of-season pricing sale now. Get your best deal of the season while the best part of camping season is still here. Plus, we take most anything on trade that we don't have to feed. No money down financing with some of the best rates we've seen in years. See our inventory online with pictures and prices. Find us, like us on Facebook.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your Amsoil product needs. Town Fair Tire, with 6 locations in Maine: Auburn, Augusta, Bangor, Biddeford, South Portland, and Topsom. Awards and recognition, your #1 source in New England for all of your award needs. Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and I'm honored to have on the line from Speed51.com, Bob Dillner. And Bob, I want to welcome you to Mainly Motorsports.
Hey, Steve, excited to be on the show again. Love what you do, and you do such a good job of covering New England motorsports, and certainly love having that program on the 51 Network on Speed51.com as well.
Yeah, no, this is huge. And 8 months ago, we talked about the biggest race in the Southeast, the Snowball Derby. I had you on. We talked all about everything surrounding that race. Today, we got you on to talk about the biggest race that goes on up here in the Northeast, and that's the Oxford 250. And this week, you guys had a huge announcement, and glad that we could be a part of it and help promote it. And you know, you're going to be able to tune in no matter where you are in the country or wherever and see this race, the richest one-day short track race in the country. You're now going to be able to go to Speed 51 and watch.
Hey, if you're overseas, if you're part of the military, you can log on to your computer. No matter where you are on the globe, basically, you'll be able to see the Oxford 250 and Oxford Plains Speedway, and that's really exciting. This race is steeped in history, and I've been to it on a couple of occasions, and so excited to come back to one of my favorite states. My wife Angie and I love vacationing in Maine. We do so every year, and we are looking forward to come back with the entire crew this time to be able to do this broadcast, and it's going to be really exciting, because I was talking to Tom Maybury the other day, and you know, we're at least going to have 70 cars, but he wouldn't be surprised if we had 80 super late models in the pit area at Oxford going after this prestigious race. And you know, the vibe that you get from this place and that race the entire weekend is just so special.
Well, something just happened over at Oxford this weekend that could drive them car counts out, and that's that they just had a pass 150, and when you look at the top 5, you don't see the usual names that you expect to see there. So what does that do? That takes everybody that's got a super late model, Bob, and Monday morning they're at the shop, they're talking to their crews, you know, like, we got a shot here. We got a shot for a good finish. And you know, a guy like Brian Kruzak, Jeremy Davis has probably been the hottest guy up here in the Northeast all season long, between the Pro All-Star Series, the Granite State, wherever he shows up. I nicknamed him 2 races ago Podium, because that's all he does is finish on the podium, 1, 2, or 3, and just amazing. And then you take a kid, Garrett Hall, first season in super late model at Beech Ridge, challenging for a championship, goes up there and runs top 3. I mean, this race is wide open. I talked to Brandon; he feels the same way, and so there's a lot of buzz going on, and you guys have just added to it.
Yeah, I woke up Monday morning and I looked at Facebook. That's my first thing to do on Monday morning, just to see if I missed anything. And I saw Brandon Paul's post, about that unbelievable race Sunday at Oxford for the Pro All-Star Series. And wait a second, who won the race? It was one of those deals. And he said, this really just shows that anybody can come to Oxford and they can win. And I'm not discrediting anybody. Oxford is just a place that is not about horsepower. It's not about aerodynamics. It's about pure racing. It's about the driver and the crew getting that car right. And on any given day, anybody can win at that place. And that's what's so special. I mean, think about it. It's basically a one-day show for the Oxford 250. Yeah, they practice, prior to that and so forth. But you could technically roll in on an open trailer, towed in by a Ford F-150, unload, and win a lot of money in the Oxford 250. And that's really cool. And I think what happened on Sunday is, like you said, just going to open the doors and allow people to come in. And you got people that even run different series. A kid like Derek Griffith, who is dominating the Granite State Pro Stock Series, could come in and possibly steal the laurels from, the Pro All-Star Series gang. You get a local hotshot from Oxford that just runs there, doesn't run the tour, that can win. You get a guy from down south, and I'm hearing rumblings of a couple guys thinking about coming up, guys that aren't even announced right now that might be coming up to the Oxford 250. They could win. It's going to be a who's who of super late model racing, and anybody that's in the area there in the upper part of New England, or all of New England for that matter, should come up to Oxford. If you haven't been there, it's a bucket list race to go to. I'm fortunate enough that I've been there on 2 different occasions, but I'm so happy to be coming back. And honestly, it's like a big party. I can't wait to see what the bonfire is going to be doing on Saturday night on the eve before the Oxford 250.
No, exactly. And for those people that can't make it, now you're making it possible for these people to tune in, buy the broadcast, and be able to see the great race that's going to take place.
Yeah, it's going to be neat. We're going to bring 5 to 7 cameras up there. We have 3 manned cameras already. We're talking about adding a 4th. We're going to have a TV-style broadcast where we're switching back and forth between these cameras. We're going to have replays of all the action. And you're going to be able to see it no matter where you are in the United States. And that's going to be interesting because it really puts the Oxford 250 even further on the map. You talk about crown jewel races. There's just a few in super late model racing. You of course can talk about the Oxford 250, the Snowball Derby, the Winchester 400. Can't even talk about the All-American 400 anymore because that's a pro late model race. Now we can talk about way out west, the Summer Showdown out in Evergreen, or the Montana 200, or the Winter Showdown. But really, that's about it in terms of crown jewel racing. Maybe the Governor's Cup down at New Smyrna Speedway. But things have changed, and there's just a handful of them. And the Oxford 250 has kept its glory throughout the years. From transitioning from, it's been so many things, back to the old NASCAR Busch Series, to super late model. The ACT Tour was there for a while. But through the transition, it has kept that lore. And I think that's what's so special about it. So, we'll have this TV-style broadcast that you would see on network television. There'll be a couple of play-by-play guys. There'll be a pit reporter. And then even we'll have a pre-race show. And then, Steve, we're still working out the details, but we're honored to have you as part of the commentating staff for that pre-race show where we can really showcase. It's going to be at least an hour long, and we're going to be able to showcase the who's who of who is there to compete for the big trophy and the big payday.
Yeah, and not only the trophy, the payday, the prestige that goes along. When you think of the guys that have won this race, Busch, Craven, Harvick, we tune in every week and we see these guys on TV. The Junior Hanleys, the Dave Dions, the Ralph Nasons, the legends of this sport have won it. But I think the list of names that haven't won this race, that are still trying, the Kelly Moores, the Jeff Taylor, the Tracy Gordons. That's just as big a list. You know, it's just one of those races, and you know, you're going to be able to go to speed51.com, sign up. You got all the details. You got all the details on your website, along with the 51 network, to be a part of that. And it's just, you guys do so much with short track racing throughout the entire country. I try to take care of one little region, do my part, but you guys do it for the entire country. And you know, it's just, you know, my hat's off to you for the amount of effort that you put in, Bob.
And Steve, what's going to be, and I thank you very much, by the way. I really appreciate that, you know, because we are all just racers. And we started speed51.com, and yes, it has evolved into a business, but we started it with a passion, and we continue it with a passion. And thanks to the folks like jegs.com, we're able to continue that. But at the same time, what's really neat is that we are going to be able to showcase all 3 nights of racing at Oxford. Nothing is going to be left unturned. The local divisions on Thursday there, Friday, they're going to be able to, you know, get their chance in the spotlight and be on 51 TV. We're going to cover Super Elite Model Practice that day. And then on Saturday, of course, we got more divisions racing, including the Valenti Modified Racing Series. They will be on speed51.com as well. So there'll be a lot of racing. All of it will be able to be seen on 51. And, you know, so if you're in New York and you can't make it, and that's the key. You know, honestly, we know we get a great crowd at Oxford, and we suggest everybody to go to the track if they can. Okay, but if you're in North Carolina, or you're in Wisconsin, or you're in New York, and you can't make it, because we understand how complicated lives are these days. I mean, I can't make it. I make it to, about 75 races a year, but I can't make it to all the races that I want. So this is your way to be able to see a family member, a driver you like, maybe just you want to see the race. If you're at the grocery store, at home, you know, driving down the highway, have your wife or your husband hold the phone while you're driving. You can get it on all your mobile devices. You can get it on your computer. You can put it to your big screen in your living room or your man cave, and you can actually watch it on your big screen, and that's what's really neat about it. There are so many ways.
There's going to be 250 parties going on out there. We hear about Daytona parties. There's going to be 250 parties. But no, I really, really admire you, Bob, and all the hard work, and enjoy working with you and Brandon, your entire staff, and really excited to be a part of the pre-race show that weekend. And really excited for the opportunity for people that haven't experienced the qualifying heats of the 250. They heard about them. Now they're going to get to watch them. So looking forward to it. It's less than a month away. Big announcement that took place this week, Speed 51, being able to bring you live coverage of the Oxford 250. But we're going to go to commercial, Bob, but I really appreciate you taking the time with us, and look forward to seeing you at the end of the month.
Hey, thanks so much. Looking forward to working with you, and it's going to be exciting.
All right, that's Bob Dillner from Speed 51. Huge announcement this week.
If you feel the ground shake on Friday night, it's not an earthquake.
It's the Super Modifieds at Lee USA Speedway. Friday night, August 7th, is the Ollie Silva Memorial Midsummer Classic for the ISMA Super Modifieds. The big block, fuel-injected 800 horsepower, ground-pounding Super Modifieds light up the night, along with the NASCAR Wheel and All-American Series at Lee USA Speedway, Friday night, August 7th. Get there early for the best seats, acres of free parking at Lee USA Speedway on Route 125 in Lee, New Hampshire.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley Saloon, owned by legendary super modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
I just bowled a perfect game. I'm going to Chicago Dogs.
I just got a hole-in-one. I'm going to Chicago Dogs.
You got a lays on your report card. We're going to Chicago Dogs.
Chicago Dogs, voted the state's best hot dog. Bring the entire family and try one of our 1 dozen dog choices, hand-cut fries, cheesesteak, sausages, and a whole lot more. Chicago Dogs, you know you want one.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and before we get to the results this week, the biggest news, the biggest thing that happened this past weekend in all of racing was Matt Sanborn picking up his inaugural win of anything in the past modified series on over at Oxford Plains Speedway on Saturday night. And anybody that follows along with whether it's social media or a race fan or just everybody knows who Matt is. He's that racer. He doesn't claim to be the guy with all the talent, the guy with all the money, but what he does have is all the heart. And he does whatever he can do for the track, to support the series, to support the fan base, to support the sport. And that's why he has such a following. And Matt picked up his first win at Oxford in anything. And pretty excited for him, Randy, the daughter, everybody in his whole organization. And to do that, pick up his first win and be on the track with his dad competing in the same division. So excited for Matt, so happy for Matt. And I wasn't able to make the race on Sunday, but we put the microphone in front of Matt and give him his chance to talk about it. And you see a day later, still excited. So from all of us at Mainely Motorsports, Matt, congratulations on that first win. And you know they say it takes time to get that first one, but once you knock the first one down, they'll keep coming. So hopefully this is the first of many, and your career will finally get to start take off, Matt. So congratulations from all of us, and let's hear what Matt has to say and the excitement of him getting his first win.
I'm Matty Sanborn, driver the number 64 modified. Yeah, first win last night means the world to me and my family. Been racing almost exactly 20 years in a bunch of different divisions, and these mods are a great division, and it meant so much to hold that checkered flag in victory lane. And everybody that supported me over the years and all the fans that support all these local tracks, couldn't do it without them, and all the sponsors that help the tracks, the Mayberry family, just everything about it. I've been coming here a long time, and it feels so good to take home the win.
And there you heard it. I mean, that's one of the nice guys in this sport, one of the nice guys. And like I said, congratulations, Matt, and I'd love to see him do it again on the big stage with the running of the Oxford 250 and pick up a mod win on that weekend. That'd be even bigger than, nothing replaces the first one, but that would be a big deal to him because I know how much that Oxford 250 means to him. As we had him on the pre-race show last year, and he talked about just being a part of the event, being in the pits, driving around, walking around, and being in a part of the event. So good luck for the rest of the season, Matt, and you know, like I said, one more time, congratulations from all of us here at Mainely Motorsports. But that brings us to this weekend, and Friday night, the big deal is the ISMA Ollie Silver Classic down there at Lee USA Speedway. And last year, great race, great weather, hoping for the same thing this year. And if you've got a bike and you really want to support the event and you want to support something else, you know, go over to Bentley Saloon. You know, they do that charity ride where they raise money for Victory Junction Gang. And they leave from Bentley's, they don't take the turnpike, they use back roads, nice scenic ride. They arrive at the track roughly in emission time. Whatever's going on, they hold them, they stop the racing, they bring them on the track, they take a few laps. It's just, last year over 200 bikes. And, you know, all the money raised, I think it's $20 to register for the ride. If you have a passenger, they pay an additional $10. And meet right at Bentley's. There's you know, hospitality there, hospitality down at the track, and just a great time. All the money earned or raised goes to support the Petty's Victory Junction Camp, and everybody knows what that does, and you know, for what it does for the children that are, you know, sick and illnesses and their families. So, you know, for a great cause. Bentley's been doing this for years. He leads the troops. Him and Lisa, the first ones. They get a police escort into the track. It is just an amazing thing. And if you've got a bike and you're looking to be a part of something and meet up with some friends or meet some new people and you know, be a part of something that is really for a great cause, Bentley's Friday night is the place to be. So any information, you can go on their website. They have a poster. They have all, you know, pretty simple. They you know, you register between 4 and 6. The ride leaves Bentley's roughly at 6:15. You know, probably a 45-mile-an-hour ride down to the track. Show up there at 7:30. They have an area to park. They have a big hospitality tent, and it's pretty neat. And if you're not have a bike and you want to be a part of it, you can go to Bentley, support it. You can come to the track at Lee, support Red and Judy and their entire staff, and be a part of watch a great ISMA Super Modified show. If you've never seen the Super Modifieds on a short track, wow, let me tell you, that's what you want to be a part of. And you want to say, you know, put it on your bucket list. We got to go, and we got to see this race. And then when those bikes, when you have 200+ bikes rolling around that track, and you'll see everything from choppers to Harleys to Hondas to, I don't think I've seen a moped, but you see it all, and it's pretty impressive. So this Friday night, you can go to Bentley's, check everything out. Go to the LeeUSASpeedway.com website, check out the race, the pricing, all of that. So it's going to be a great time over there at Lee USA Speedway on Friday night. So that's it for me this week, and we're going to show you the results, and congratulations to all the winners this past week, and most notably, the Matt Sanborn.
Said